Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's time to grab a cup of joe and enjoy the show. First up, a live community outreach joins me in studio to share about their nonprofit organization that helps advocate for nonviolence in our community and how they are celebrating 5 years, and you're invited to that celebration. Then we visit Townehouse Retirement Community and take a tour of one of their residents' apartments while also learning about her experience living there. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
A Live Community Outreach is a faith-based nonprofit organization with a mission to cultivate a community of nonviolence through relationships and education. And they are celebrating 5 years. So here to share more is Reverend Angelo Manti, the Executive Director, and Marie Manti, Director of School-Based Programs. Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so let's just start from the beginning and really understanding what is your organization all about.
Yeah, so we launched in 2020, and we were birthed out of a personal tragedy. So my cousin, Nick Powers, was murdered here in Fort Wayne back in 2016. And we had been living with our family in Atlanta for about 8 years. And after that happened, we just felt this calling to come back home. And so we got back to Fort Wayne, where we were born and raised, in 2017, and spent a few years just learning, trying to understand the issues, understanding who's doing what to address this issue, trying to identify gaps. And then in 2020, we launched Alive with this mission to cultivate a community of nonviolence. And we started with survivors, survivor support, and that is an area that we're still very much committed to, coming alongside families who've been affected by homicide. But the more that we were doing that work, the more we felt called to do something preventative, proactive, and that's where our school-based peacemaking program came into existence, and the vision for that came alive in 2021, where we started at Southside High School, and now we're in all 5 schools. Because community education is another piece that we're looking to do a lot more, trainings in nonviolence, restorative practices, and that type of educational training for the broader community. That's something we'll be doing more in the next year.
Okay, wonderful. And Marie, talk to me about just how you all provide that specific support for survivors, and then also how you really implement, you being the director of the school-based program, how that really looks like you implementing it at the schools.
Yeah, definitely. So my specific field is the school-based programming. So at the schools, we have something called a peace advocate, which is a full-time staff worker. And they are housed in our peace rooms. So this is all across all of our Fort Community School high schools. There's a peace room for students to utilize. And this is really just a space to help, they come to school and they're having a really rough day and they're just not ready to learn yet. So that space is a great self-regulation space. But we also work through primarily is conflict issues between students, which, every single day we see that as utilized for that conflict mediation. And it's really just teaching skills of effective communication, face-to-face communication, which is not, as you know, nowadays, it's not a very common way for students to communicate. It's those spaces like that have really, we've seen effective, restorative chats take shape.
That's wonderful. And I know that you all are all about keeping the peace, restoring the peace, teaching the peace. The peace element is so strong. And so, Reverend, with you all implementing that with the survivor side, talk to me about that a little bit and how does that work? Like if someone experienced violence in their family, do they reach out to your organization to gain that support?
It's very organic. There's some families that we've connected with that way. There's other families that we've reached out to, but now at this point, a lot of it's just word of mouth. And our full-time director of survivor support, Cynthia Gardner, she's out in the community, and she lost her own son to homicide on Easter Sunday morning in 2018. And so that type of support, that peer support, it's different, you know, and we work with those in the mental health field and even in the schools with school counselors and therapists, but it's a different type of support to have somebody who's been through it and knows what it's like. And so that's what we're able to offer. But also the purpose of that program is purpose. How do you transform that pain, that loss, that tragedy into meaningful action, into purpose? Yeah. And so there's a lot of overlapping of our different areas of our work, but one thing we're doing more and more of is integrating the survivors that are part of our support group in that side of the work into the work that we're doing in the schools. So we've had survivors in schools telling their stories. We have a 3-week summer academy, Peacemaker Academy, with our young people. We had a panel of survivors come in and share their story, which is eye-opening for our students, but it's also part of the healing process of those survivors that we're working with, just being able to name their pain and tell their story.
Name their pain, that's powerful. Okay, so you all are celebrating 5 years, as you said. You were co-founded in 2020. So let's talk about this breakfast that's happening, this big celebration happening on September 23rd.
Yeah, awesome. So we are actually inviting all of our graduated peacemakers, which we have 160 that have gone through our 3-week academy, as Angela spoke about. We're going to have a few of them speak as well, and it's just a time for celebration. Yeah. And I know Angela has a fuller picture of what that looks like. But bringing our students together and the community together to celebrate the work we've done with our young people, and yeah, it's just going to be a exciting time. You could probably give more detail on it.
Yeah, what is the vision? What are you looking to really achieve through this event, and is it open to the public?
Yeah, so the two overarching goals is to celebrate. A whole lot has happened in 5 years. A whole lot more has happened than we envisioned 5 years ago. And so that's number one. We want to celebrate and lift up all of the people and the different partners who've helped to get us here, because it's not just us. There's a whole community of support that has helped to make this happen. So that's number one. But then number two is to look forward and cast a vision of where we're going. So much has happened over the past 5 years, but there's so much work to be done in front of us, and so we want to kind of cast that vision of what that looks like, and we're going to have a little fun too. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. And so it's going to be at the Clyde Theater. Do people need to purchase tickets? How does that work?
This is a free event, so we will have, so it's 8 o'clock at the Clyde Theater on September 23rd, and we have a suggested donation amount of $50 per ticket, but we definitely do not want that to be a barrier, so it's ultimately a free event. So we'll have it posted in different places. It'll be pinned to the top of our Facebook page. It'll be on our homepage of our website, and yeah, so we're just looking forward to having the community come out and celebrate with us.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations to you both, and thank you so much for coming in and sharing about your organization.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And if you would like more information about a live outreach, community outreach. Community outreach, okay. Pick that up, a live community outreach. And if you would like more information about a live community outreach, we'll have their website listed below. You can go there to get more information about their celebration breakfast that will be taking place at the Clyde Theater on September 23rd at 8 a.m. And I'll see you after the break.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Enjoy fun in the sun on Living Local 15. Become a tourist in your own city. Visit your favorite spots and have some fun with me. From kayaking to rappelling off a building, I show you ways to have an adventure in Northeast Indiana every weekday morning at 9 on Wayne 15. So join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15.
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams weekdays at 9 on Wayne 15 and catch past episodes on wayne.com.
This segment sponsored by Townehouse. I am at Townehouse Retirement Community that offers a range of living options since 1965. Today I've been invited into one of the residents' homes, so I can't wait to sit down and chat with her. And I'm also going to speak with their Director of Life Enrichment to learn about their social hour, their fitness options, and so much more. And you're invited. Let's do it. I am now joined by Rachel Parker, the Director of Life Enrichment here at Townehouse Retirement Community, and one of their residents, Helen Powles, who has lived here for 14 years. I love it. And you have invited us into your apartment, and we appreciate that so much. And so let's just start off by you sharing a bit about your experience here at Townehouse.
Well, that would take longer than 14 years probably, but when I was retired and as my life was changing, and I realized that my support system, their lives were changing too, I realized I needed to make plans to be someplace where, as my life changed, that my welfare would be secure, and the Townehouse answers that question very well.
I love that. Security is so important. And I know that you are able just to live the life that you want in retirement. And so what is one of the best features about this community?
Oh my, there is no one best feature, unfortunately. Every Monday, I do not have to make my bed because that's the day that my housekeeper comes.
Oh.
And so she's going to strip my bed of the sheets, and they disappear and come back the next week all laundered, and I don't have to do that. So the other thing I think is food service is available to us. I do have a kitchen, which, I shouldn't say this probably, but I've never turned the stove on the whole time that I've lived here.
Really?
I did not come here to cook.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
got it.
So it's a situation that, once again, food is available from 7 o'clock in the morning, and they're not going to see me there either at that hour. And our dining room closes full service at 6:30. Now, if you show up, they'll still give you a cup of soup and a salad, but the full meal is, the kitchen is quote unquote closed.
Okay, got it. Well, that.
So and then always the nursing aspect of it. We have a nurse practitioner who comes and is available to us Monday through Friday.
Okay.
We also have a visitation from a medical service here in town. We have a dentist who comes here and does, I'll say, minor dentistry work, but his hygienist comes and cleans her teeth.
Oh.
And it's one of these things, you just sit here, and whatever problem somebody might want to give you, you ignore because somebody else is going to take care of it.
I love that. That's how it should be, right?
That's how it should be. I don't shovel snow, I don't cut grass, I just watch the men who do that.
Okay, I love that. And so Rachel, give us a rundown of just really how this community works and the different options that are available to your residents.
We have we have independent living, we have assisted living, we have skilled nursing care and rehab. So we have people from the hospitals come and rehab and things like that. And then we also have secure memory care units.
Okay.
Or secure memory care.
Yeah. And so in your role as directing the life enrichment, what does that look like? In what ways do you really just provide that extra care and service to your residents?
We just want to make sure that we're offering all types of programming for the diverse group of residents that we have. We have so many different interests here, and we want to make sure we meet all of those needs. There's a lot of different aspects to wellness, whether it be physical, emotional, spiritual, social, intellectual. There's around 8 that we identified with our Living on Purpose initiative. So we want to make sure that all the seniors that are in our community, that their lives are fulfilled and
enriched.
And enriched, exactly.
Yes, and I love that living on purpose is so intentional.
Yes.
In that, and as we were walking up and just kind of looking at all the rooms, I'm like, ooh, you just have something for everyone, whether they want to work out in the fitness center. You have that really cool beauty salon. Have you been down there, Helen?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's
Haircuts.
nice. Right. And just all the different rooms, craft rooms, and things like that. And so let's talk a little bit about your social activities that you offer throughout the week or throughout the month.
Yeah, the social opportunities here are endless. We have groups forming themselves at this point because on the calendar we have, parties, events, social gatherings that are there on the calendar on purpose. And then subset from that, we have such an active group of residents that they create their own group of friends, and we see little bridge games happening over in this corner, and things happening over here, and it's just a whole, I think every day there's social opportunities. Even just going to lunch with your friend is a social opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm going to put in a plug for our dietary service, because when I first came here, I was told a lot of ladies usually had their outside bridge clubs come here because they could play bridge, but then they could have lunch served here, and it was very good and very well priced.
Okay.
So over the years, it was one of these things. One of my neighbors said, and you don't need to bring a card table or chairs because they will provide
it. Yeah, we'll provide it. Yeah, if you want to get together, we'll make it happen.
Okay, I think that's great.
I live on the 4th floor, and our 4th floor people are known as the party people for some reason. And I have no idea why.
They throw some pretty good parties on the 4th floor.
Yeah, yes, there have been. But once again, we just let maintenance know that we need additional tables, additional seating, and it miraculously appears. And then after the party's over, it miraculously disappears.
Yes.
And we didn't have to do anything. Really,
Yes.
So
I love that. And I was going to ask you, just about your experience with just making new friends here and just kind of building a family within this community.
you do. You really do. You find people who have similar interests. The other thing is often you find people that, not in my case because I'm a transplanted Buckeye, but went to high school with, and then they sit around and reminisce about it. So far they're not singing the fight song, but I figured that'll be next.
Right, exactly. And so as you just really look to continue to provide services here, Rachel, what is just one of the key things or a couple of key things you think is most popular when it comes to what goes on around here? You both smile.
Yeah, I think one of the most popular things that we provide here is we always like to provide entertainment, whether that be musical groups and also intellectual programs within. So people from the community come to us and tell us what's happening in Fort Wayne, or they tell us, what's going to happen in Fort Wayne, and we love having those. The residents of Townehouse are really invested in the city of Fort Wayne. And so local musical groups and local people that can come and speak with our residents is always probably the most popular.
Yeah.
And I'll add to that, we are building a big bridge between our campus and the Purdue Fort Wayne campus. And John O'Connell, who's in charge of everybody musical over at Purdue, I think, has been extremely cooperative, and we've had some of their choral groups come, some of their instrumental groups come, and we usually have a full house in the town hall when that happens. So our residents do enjoy that. Last night we had the Fort Wayne Children's Apprentice Choir. Now these are like eight. The boys had tuxes on, little girls had pretty dresses on, and they inherited about 70 new grandparents after they were over. So they were delightful, we were captivated, and we can hardly wait for them to come back again.
Yeah, well, I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing and about your experience. It sounds like you are living your best life here, Helen.
I'm having a wonderful time.
And how could you not with that view, right?
That is true. That is
Thank you both. And if you would like more information about Townehouse Retirement Community, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Townehouse.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Do you want to know the best places to go to eat and drink around Northeast Indiana? Well, join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15, weekdays at 9 a.m. as I take you inside of the best restaurants, new and old, explore their menu, and of course, mix up some cocktails. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Keep up with Jessica Williams on Living Local 15, weekdays at 9. Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. It's never too late to live your best life, so start living it today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.